Anyway, we'll jump into our next bit of news, which is labor list.
Ah, yes. Okay. All right. We're talking
So
about
that
this.
obviously, I mean, there's not a hell of a lot to talk about, but I figured we could go
I
over it real
mean, there's
quickly.
some eyebrow raises, but like not. It takes a lot of reading into. So I mean, it's like reading the tea leaves almost. It's a little, but we can get a little conspiratorial if we want.
So basically there was a bunch of change arounds. I'm not gonna bother reading all the fucking waffle.
Yeah,
We'll just
well,
look at the
there was
actual
that
list
guy, the
itself.
new police dude.
We
who,
haven't. Yeah, we've got an article
There
about
was
him.
the breaking article that like just came out. Is that what we're going
Yeah,
into
this
that?
one.
Okay, this one. Yeah, the
And
superintendent.
we'll do this one first then. We'll do this one
Okay.
first. Why not? Why not? I didn't actually read much of this one.
No, I just saw it before we went live too.
Yeah. So, Police Commissioner Richard Chambers believes it's untenable for Superintendent Rakesh Naidu to continue in a senior role within police after it was revealed he is standing for the Labour Party. Chambers said he is also very disappointed Naidu hadn't informed him earlier of his intent to run as a candidate, adding to comments from Police Minister Mark Mitchell, who is concerned about Naidu's access to serve.
Well,
So now they care about fucking.
Well, what did
like,
Mark Mitchell do? Did he stand down like before he started running? I don't know. Maybe he was already out of the force. I don't know.
Yeah, I can't say I'm sure on that, but I just find it interesting that now they care about potential conflicts of interest. It's fine when they do it.
Exactly.
If someone wants to do it for Labour, no, that's bad. Naidu, the Ethnic Iwi and Communities National Partnerships Manager at New Zealand Police, was today confirmed as the Labour list candidate, ranked high at 13, which is pretty fucking to come in like fresh off the boat,
Well,
into a really high position. Pretty crazy.
it is interesting because like the rank, I guess I think the point of putting him so high up, they're trying to show like we're trying to be tough on crime. They're trying to counter that narrative. That's my assessment of what they're doing there.
Yeah, you know what? That's a fair point, actually.
Yeah.
I guess with the whole crime aspect
Like,
being important for some people.
It's probably the one area they consistently get outvoted.
Yeah, I mean,
Nationals always preferred in that respect. So
it would make it a lot smarter strategy for them, especially in terms of trying to appeal to potential, I guess, national voters.
Especially the whole fiasco that went on during Labour being there and their whole...
fucking duck-faced horse. Yeah. Well, because it's actually interesting that you say that, because we'll go back to the list, but noticing...
skimming saga, I guess.
That Kieran, what shocked me is Kieran McAnulty has gone from 7 to 10.
Yeah.
Which I find quite interesting given how much of a strong, like, just MP he is. He does so much.
He does too. A great speaker, very, very memorable, very good in the house, calls out a lot of bullshit.
In the house.
It fights with the speaker.
Yeah.
He comes up to the plate, he comes out swinging. I mean, there's a few ways you can read it. You could read it as the, try a little bit like trying to put a rival in your place type thing. However, Kieran has constantly said, like, I don't want it. I mean, who knows if he actually does, but he's said that. I've seen someone try to rationalize it as like, this is hey, don't get so comfortable being a list MP. We want you to get your electorate back. Yeah, we want this is a message. We want you to focus on that. Which I also thought was kind of, maybe a fair assessment. As well as, like, I guess at the end of the day, performance isn't always just how well you're doing in the house or how good of a speaker you are, but I do think it's an interesting, like, especially because how loved he really seems to be, particularly. It does seem an odd choice, so I don't think I've seen too many people take it positively, so
yeah, I just find it, I think, strange and confusing. I think that's really the main thing, because, like, don't get me wrong, I think Kushler's great. I've because, like, we watch a lot of Parliament TV, so we see a lot of these people quite regularly. And there's I think I'm a little bit surprised that Megan Woods went so high up above Aisha. Willie Jackson, I mean, that one's That is what
I
it
mean,
is.
they
But
just switched place. That was it.
I did. Where is so yeah? Camilla Bellich fell from 19 to 23, which was another interesting one.
Mm.
Same with Deborah Russell. Actually, I quite like her. She does really good in there. House generally. Max Harris, who's a new candidate, got ranked relatively high given everything. And then sadly, you have to go all the way down here. We find Gary Payenda at number
Aw.
49 and Craig Rennie at number 51. So they're going to have to win their electorates to have a chance of making it into
Mm.
Parliament
Yeah.
this coming, which is
100%.
a little surprising if I'm honest, because especially Craig, I think given his, you know, just his roles over the years, his knowledge and everything, was a bit disappointing
Mm.
to see that really.
I'm trying not to be too cynical, but like I have been like because it's good to have like diversity and stuff. Like I think they've
Yeah.
increased their diversity a bit, but the cynic in me says, are they trying to pander a little? I feel maybe, I don't know. But then again, if you're trying to do that, usually you do it in like electorates. So I don't know. I've been sort of trying to squash those bad thoughts in my mind. But
Well, I mean, I definitely get that, but I think for me, like, I mean, as someone who took part in like the candidate selection process in the Green Party, which is obviously slightly different,
yeah,
but I think having them so far down can kind of make it look like the parties doesn't trust them or really have a lot of faith in them,
yeah.
which is my concern. Obviously, it's a difficult thing to do. You have to put people down at the lower numbers. It's just kind of the nature of the game. But I think what I don't love is when I was reading this is how it said here, leader Chris Hipkins moved. So they're talking about Venushi Walters. Chris
Who, by the
Hipkins
way, I
moved.
saw her speak, and she's
Oh yeah.
actually very good. Like we saw her in a news clip a few weeks back.
Yeah, no,
I
I
had
think
never
I've
seen her
in a
speak
few.
before, but she did great. So she's definitely
What I
good.
what I find interesting though is that he specifically was able to move her in the last reshuffle, which I'm like, oh,
Well,
that's an interesting process.
this is something that we discussed. We covered like, I don't know, maybe not 4 months ago, a few months back when we were
Yeah.
covering cross party lines, and they were talking about the green selection process, and then
Yes.
both Finlayson and Goff went into their party selection process, which is something that was mentioned in the press conference here, which someone was asking like, hey, do you think it's not transparent enough, your selection process for your list? Because at the end of the day, it is the leader who basically solidifies the list at the end. It's all up to one person.
Which I don't like, hey.
No,
That concentration of, especially as a Green Party member,
Yeah.
like we literally have like a committee of people,
democratic.
Like, the last bit, like, so when we had the list basically made by them, then we have a committee of people who sat there in a 3.5 hour fucking meeting arguing over whether we should move one single person up, because we're only allowed to move them up or down by one.
Yeah.
So like that's the other thing too, is that we can't just go in and change everything for our bias. And also, as the committee kind of agreed, it's like it's not up to us.
Yeah, and
it's up to the members.
And because of that, and we had again Finlayson and Goff like defending their parties over and criticizing for some reason the Democratic picking of the Greens, like there's not enough white male in there. But at least at the end of the day, when that process happens, you don't have to be cynical and speculative like we're being right now and being like, what do these choices mean? You can just go, oh, it's the result from everyone voting. Like it's not like, hey, everyone conspired and went like, let's get some forced diversity or something like that going on. Like it's genuine because it's how everyone voted. It's the result.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And also, like Kaimatara here says that, Tanya sits right on the cusp of our winnable Green Party if we can get 11%. Although I really want to push us to 20% this year. I think we can do it if we just mobilize those voters. But yeah, also noting that not even our Ardern's 2020 red wave would be enough for Rennie and Payne. Like they'd have to get 51%. They can't get in unless they get the electorate, which I think is a little disappointing given, again, like Craig has really proven himself to be a really smart and onto it, and he's an asset that they're just not utilizing.
It's disappointing, but it's also good for BHN because they get to keep.
Yeah,
two
maybe Craig will have
hosts.
some more fucking time to actually do his podcast. You know what? That's a fair point. But yeah, I mean that's really it. We'll move
Yeah.
into our next lot of